Boom chugga, lugga, boom. It's time to take a swig of Pepsi and do another video. I just finished a couple of them. Did some HK-47s and a little Ray figure, and then some of the new Ahsoka ones and all that stuff on my 3 3/4 figure openings. I just finished filming those, and now it's time for a Black Series episode of 6 figures. But guess what? It's not the first Black Series opening, but it is the first episode of 6 figures featuring Black Series. So, let's talk about it. I'm not a big collector of Black Series. I get them every once in a while because I do like them. I like the fact that they are easier to pose because they're bigger and kind of easier to, manipulate. And they look a little more realistic. And I'm getting older and my glasses make it hard for me to really zero in on the 3 3/4 detail. So I've grown an appreciation for Black Series. Now, I refuse to buy them off of the shelf brand new. And I have not bought any of them at shelf price, and I won't. I will not spend $24.95 on an action figure. I just can't. I can't get myself to do that. I did it once. I bought one of the $27 3 3/4 ones only because it was the Tusken Raider one. But that was a smaller figure, and I only bought it to do a video about it. And if I was going to spend those kind of prices and succumb to that, I probably would have bought Sabine and the Paz Vizsla and all that. I want to buy them all. I'd love to buy them all, but I just can't afford to spend $30 on an action figure every single time. Every once in a while, I can make an excuse for it, but not when there's, 5 or 6 brand new ones out there, and I just can't buy all of them for that price. It's just that's hard to stomach. However, thank you, Ollies. Ollies, yeah. We don't have a Ross in Michigan, otherwise I'd be checking that out too. But between Ollies and the Walmart clearance aisle, I can sometimes give myself room to buy some Black Series action figures. That being said, I got this one. It's one of the newer ones. It doesn't have the window box. You can't really see the figure. I got them for $15.74. That's a $16 figure after taxes, yeah. So, buddy, I caved in and bought him at the clearance price. And I did get the archive version of Princess Leia as Boushh, Bounty Hunter. I did get the Emperor Palpatine in the archive series. And obviously Return of the Jedi, because that's his first introduction. This guy's second introduction. But anyway, I also got Jyn Erso and Ponda Baba and his buddy, Dr. Evazan. Ooh, the evil doctor. So I guess we want to vote on them. Ladies are always first. We had Leia Boushh back in the day. So she's not going to be the first in the line. And we had Ponda Baba, so he's kind of kicked to the back because he's a figure that we had. And Emperor Palpatine, he's a figure that we had. And Clone Trooper, technically, yes, we had. Zevan and Jyn will probably, I guess, be our runner-ups for, I guess, who would number 1 and number 2. I always like to vote on them. So, and this is hard. I might not be able to vote on these guys. It has to do a lot with accessories and all that kind of stuff. But they're all pretty well matched as far as that goes. But then again, with Black Series, we didn't have a Black Series until this first line of them. So, and at this point, I don't really know which ones are repacks and which ones are not. So I don't really quite know how to vote. Who am I going to say is my favorite? Gosh, I don't know. I do not know. I'm going to open my least favorite first. Because he is a cool character, but he only comes with a cane, and he's old. This is old cranky dude. So let's open the old cranky dude first. Mr. Sheev Palpatine. That was his first name, was Sheev. And I've talked about the art on these archive series before, but I really do dig this black and white art that they have on them. There's a really sweet black and white line art that is done in this archive series. And it's, you know, I respect that. I respect what they've done with the packaging on these, especially to be able to see it on the shelf. That's a big old bucket right there. But yeah, I mean, to be able to see it on the shelf compared to not being able to see it on the shelf, yeah, it's very cool. Now, Black Series, they don't fail on soft goods. They do great on soft goods. They do a really good job on soft goods. And let's pull his, maybe his hood back a wee bit. You know, the hair sculpt and everything. Palpatine is, you know, very, very, very miserable looking. What's he got going on under here? He's got sort of like a real, let's pull the robe off and just check that out for a second. He's got that kind of stuff going on. Yeah, he looks like he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Let's put your cloak. Damn! Put your cloak back on. So, all right, old man, let's get you your cane. You and Yoda should have had a cane fight. There we go. Oh, there we go. Sheev, don't shit yourself. All right. There you go, Sheev. Shiva. There you go, buddy. There's Sheev sitting. Do you see him standing there, or is he behind something where you can't? Oh, he's right here. Yeah, you can see him now. Sheev Palpatine. You want to see him up close again? Let's get him up close. There's the cane. It's pretty cool. And there's his ugly mug. So we have Palpatine now. Break out the vodka. Let's have a Palpatini. See what I did there? Yeah. And yeah, already you can see you know, the difference between the Black Series. And I'm going to say my next, probably my least favorite. I should have opened this one last. I'll tell you why it's going to be my kicked back to my least favorite. You know, I love Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers. They're pretty cool. This is a Clone Commando. This is from the Bad Batch series. So it is a new sculpt and a new figure. And this is my first one that I've opened of this windowless version. But that's why I'm going to kick him to the curb as far as being the least favorite. Why? The reason being is he doesn't have a window box. So you have to rely on the artwork on the front to tell the story. Whereas action figures, the nice thing about action figures was that you could look through the window and see the figure. You know, and I'm not a carded action figure collector, so it doesn't bother me so much. I guess, I don't know. I still like seeing the figure. When I go in the store and look at the package, you can see through the glass window or the plastic window to see what the figure looks like. It always makes me nervous, you know, when you got a box and you can't really see what's inside of it. That can sometimes not be sometimes that can be really disappointing. So, we got this cool little blaster. Very nice. Get that out of the way. Looks like we've got a utility pack of some sort. It's pretty cool. And there, that's it. And here we go. Here's our little clone trooper. There. He's in a little cocoon. A little Star Wars wrapping paper cocoon. Oh, there he is. Pretty cool. Let's sit him down here for a moment. I kind of want to save this and stick it back in the box and leave it. All right. Now, I will say one thing that's nice about these is that if you are into collecting the boxes, there is, not on this one because this clearance sticker is kind of ruining it for me, but on the side panel you can make the you can do the bookshelf thing where you have the scene that that you can build with this stuff. But anyway, I'm not into that. I don't have that many spaces. I don't have the place to store all that, so I won't be doing the bookshelf thing myself, not anytime soon. But I do like this fact that he's got a nice little oh, there we go. I'll tell you what, is it easier to get my hands around and pose. You know, it's twice the figure almost. But he is an articulate little dude here. I'm just gonna get him in a good pose here. What you doing there, buddy? All right, Sheev, you want to slide over just a hair? Alrighty. It's your clone right there next to you. Alrighty. Oh, all right. Let's go since we had Panda Bob when we were kids. We didn't have Dr. Evezan. So, I guess that's number 6. That's number 5. So number 4, we're gonna make Panda Baba. So we did have him a couple times already. Although this is my first time getting him in Black Series. And at this point, the Black Series can be had for $9.99 or less at Ollies. Might not be the most current ones, but, you know, that doesn't matter. It's cheaper than $25 a piece. Cool little button, little gun there. I may purchase a few of these for kit bashing. I'm not sure how much Black Series kit bashing I'm going to do, though. Mostly because of the size versus shelf space. Basically, they're twice as big. So any kit bashing is just going to add space demands that I don't have. So some of the Black Series will probably be sparingly displayed the more I get them, as I'm probably going to pick up. If Ollies keeps getting them for $10 or less, I probably will pick up some more. So Panda Baba's got a really nice little pistol here. I want to show that off. That's a really beautiful little pistol. I love it. Looks cool. I think I'm going to put it right there in his hand. If I can. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I will put it back there as if he's grabbing it. And let's put the blaster in the holster. Oh, yeah. That's very cool. So the holster actually pops off of there. So you can put the blaster in the holster and pin it in place, just like a real holster. That's very cool detail. Very cool detail. And yeah, very cool detail. So Panda Bomba, we're gonna sit you right there. That looks pretty wild, Panda Baba. Sitting there next to Mr. Palpatine. So I guess we'll get Mr. Dr. Evazan. Evazan. It's not too hard to pronounce, but for some reason I always want to pronounce it more difficult than it actually is pronounced. Evazan. Maybe because it was pronounced or spelled weird in one of the books. I don't know. I remember growing up, we always thought Snaggletooth was him because they released Snaggletooth and Walrus Man. And then that kind of led us to believe that Snaggletooth was this guy. So growing up, I always used my Snaggletooth as this guy because we didn't have anybody else. And this guy's got a really cool little gun. All right. We're just taking the plastic, stuffing it back in the box, and closing that up for now. We're saving it. Because as you can see, the way these stack up on a shelf, when you display them, there's like a scene that you can build. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You match up the background. The packages combine to create a scene, which is really kind of nifty. Yeah, nice. Although that's got a shitty package. So, yeah, if you get all the figures in each wave, you get that kind of shelf candy. So, a nice little weapon here. Very cool. Very cool. We're going to slide that immediately into the holster so we don't lose it. And, well, I think we're going to put his hand on his weapon. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and this figure is very stiff. There we go. So, look at that. I tell you what, if we had Black Series growing up, I think we probably would have been a really tough choice. That would have been a tough choice. Tom, do you want Black Series action figures or do you want 3 3/4? It's very possible that we would have gone toward this. This would have been a lot more fun to play with. I don't know. It's hard to say. At the prices they are today, I doubt we would have been buying any of them. Okay, so that's Dr. Evazan and Panda Baba and Palpatine and the Clone Trooper. That's very cool action figures. Good job, Black Series. Let's see what Jin... okay, I'm going to make a vote right now between Jin and Leia. We had Leia before, so I'm going to kick her to the second place spot because it's a figure we had technically once or twice or 3 times already. Never a bad figure, always nice, but, you know, I'm familiar with the character and the sculpt. I have her in 12-inch, I have her in 3 3/4, multiple versions of 3 3/4. Yeah. And here we go. And it shows... Oh, yeah, it shows on the back the first Black Series Bosch in the packaging with the blue lines. So that would have been... in the very first Black Series, they did this kind of thing. Yeah, they did a bunch of different stuff. And they did it 3 3/4. Oh, soft goods poking out the back. That's pretty cool. The way they did that to make it, you know, fold around and show up behind all the stuff like that. Give it lots of dimension. Very clever. We're getting to the end here. So, oh, you know what I didn't do? I sat there and set my clone trooper up without giving him his backpack. Let's get that installed before I forget. There, buddy. Oh, yeah, there you go. Clone trooper without his backpack. Hopefully he won't fall over. There. They're very stable, those Black Series. They don't have to have like a bunch of extra shit on their feet to hold them up. They can actually stand on their own. All right. So I remember the 12-inch line. Those did not stand on their own. Worth a damn. And the 3 3/4 inch size doesn't stand on their own. Worth a damn. The Black Series 6-inch line, I will say, this is one of the most positive things about it, is that when you're doing your posing, it is a lot easier to get an agreeable pose on the figure once you've done a little bit of breaking in. They often need a little bit of help. It can often be a little bit stiff, but this is a lot more forgiving than the 3 3/4 has been for me. There, and a lot of times, yeah, there, it's just getting the right twist on the legs. She's been, like, the only one that's been really difficult so far, but I'm assuming it's because it's really bulky costume that she's got on to start with. So we have this little guy here. That's going to get... Yeah, and when it comes to this stuff, this probably going to get glued on here so that I don't lose it. Yeah, that's probably going to get glued on so that I don't lose it. So you can put the helmet on her. I'm not going to. The reason I'm not going to is because I don't want to. I want to display her holding her helmet. And let's see, we're going to put this motherfucker. There we go. Little backpack thing didn't want to go on there. Dick. Okay. All right. The biggest trick with this one's going to be getting that mask to hold properly. I know. Well, that's a tough one. You know, because you want to display it right. You want the mask to be seen. But she's going to end up dropping it. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. or I'm going to drop it. And this might help her stand a little better. Oh, man, I tell you. Okay. This is very... So far, she's been the most irritating one to deal with. And then this little detail right here is going to get lost so quickly. This is just that little thermal detonator. And it just, I don't see a way to put this on the action figure in this little post that they gave you to put it on. They gave you this little pin right there on the back that you're supposed to put this guy on there. I cannot see it. There it is. So, there it is. It's on there. I don't dig it. I don't trust it. I tell you exactly what I'm going to do before I go any further because I know I'm going to lose it. I'm going to do it right now. Before I lose that part, because I already got to look down there on the floor and find Chopper's little tracking device that I lost earlier. But I know some of you collectors will want to kick my ass for doing this, but I don't care. I'm doing it right now because what I foresee is me not getting to the house with Bush having a thermal detonator. I'm gluing it on there, and that's where it's going to stay. Now that way, I can take Bush, I can move your wrist up a little, and then you can hold your helmet like so. All right, Bushy, there you go. I feel more comfortable with that. Now I'm at the end of this video, and we're gonna finally open gin or so. Gin. Let's have a gin and tonic. You fucking dick. Ah. There we go. Super glue. Fun, fun, fun. There we go. There. I want to make sure I capped it up before I accidentally glued my fingers together or something stupid. So we'll get rid of that. All of these little plastic cradle-y things are on the floor. I gotta clean some of that up. Okay, so Jen, you're my favorite. Because, well, I have this one already too, though. I have a version of it. Because her little hooded cloak thing. I have a 3 3/4, but it's a 5 POA. Not the multiple points of articulation of the gin or so. So, yeah. I think I got her and DJ at the same time or something like that. And they kind of returned to the 5 POA for a moment. So, yeah. There's that cool looking background there. Ollies for $7.99 though. That was the cheapest one so far. I didn't get to use my coupon for some reason. The kid Even though I punched in my phone number, he couldn't get me my coupon, so I didn't get my 15% off that everything was supposedly being sold for. So it's kind of a little bit irritating, but oh well. I bought them anyway. I'll save more money next time. Boom. Put this back in here. Alrighty. We are almost there. Man, am I going to have some serious uploading to do tonight. But I'm glad that I'm finally getting to this. This one also has, same thing as Ponda Baba. This holster has the, has that detail. So let's get the weapon up here so you can see. The weapon looks really nice. Very cool little blaster. Think you've seen that well enough? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna come up here to the camera so you can see me slide this into the holster. There, see that? Is so much eye candy on these. From, you know, an artist and a sculptor's perspective, I just can't get enough of, you know, that detail on some of these action figures. And I mean, and this was the reason that I was starting to like the 12-inch action figures when they brought them back out, as they were getting back into this, you know, ultra detail stuff where you could really, you know, blasters fitting in the holsters, soft goods and all that kind of stuff. I ended up taking the hood off of my other gin because I thought it looked really goofy. I'm not sure if I'm going to take this one off, or I'm going to leave this one on, I think. And then we'll just put her arm back here like, you know. So, yeah, that's Jen. Jen's a very cool looking action figure. Very nice. Nice boots, nice detail, nice holster, nice gun, nice vest, nice jacket. Yeah, jacket, vest, whatever. It's like maybe both, actually. I guess it is. It's a jacket and a vest. Kind of a flight jacket kind of a thing. But yes, very nice, very good, very detailed. I like it. Very, very cool. So that's all. I've opened up all my action figures. I did save one for later. This guy right here is coming up soon. I have him already, but I think I'll save him for some world building. Next episode will be getting some repeats of action figures that I've already had, and we'll kind of push into that world building aspect of kit bashing, where you know, you get the same figure multiple times, and then you just tear it apart and do some different things to it to make them look like different people, even though they're the same character. So I think that concludes today's episode of Kit Basher. Yay! First 6 figures with the Black Series. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. So let's take a look at them again. Clone Trooper. Hey, buddy. What you looking at? Pow. Pow, pow, pow. Cool. He's very, very cool. I like Mr. Clone Trooper a lot. He's cool. I have messed up his legs, though. There you go, buddy. Yes, you can. He's very articulate. He's going to lend himself to probably that pose, because I just like the way that looks. Bring you back up here, Palpatine. How you doing? Very cool. We saw him. Okay. Let's get... Oop, we lost a couple of them. We'll get... oh, wait. Palpatine, you stay right where you're at. Actually, we want to get Beavis and Butthead over here. Obviously, Beavis and Butthead. So, he says he doesn't like you. I don't like you either. Shut up, your breath smells like shit. Anyway, that's what I think of with these two characters. That's what comes to mind. So those are very cool, very detailed. I don't know if you saw the back of that, but yeah, they went through the hassle of making that very interestingly detailed. So I can't wait to see him in 3/4. I don't have him. I don't know if they made him in 3/4 in that amount of detail yet. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Ponda Blaba, yeah, very cool. Leia Boosh, I'll bring my ladies up here. So yeah, numbers 1 and 2. Oh, we lost the helmet. Here we are. Don't they look beautiful? Yep. I think both of these action figures were also available in the Forces of Destiny line, which was kind of like the 12-inch line, but kind of aimed for girls actually. Yeah. Most of that line got passed up by most of us if we didn't bother collecting any of that. So, okay, I think that's enough for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.